Hey everyone, I hope you are doing good. Today I am going to recap an anime called The Cafe Terrace and its Goddesses. Episode 1 opens up with the character named Hayato, who is visiting his grandmother's cafeteria after 3 years. We are now told his grandmother passed away. He was sitting in the living room, but a girl named Uka shows up in her innerwears, mistaking him as someone else. She screams. Another girl named Ami gets naked in front of Hayato without noticing him. Hayato is scared to see 2 naked women, so he runs. But soon he realizes that instead of 2, there are 5 girls. Ami attacks him thinking that he is an intruder. We now see all 6 of them in the living room where the girls have tied up Hayato. Hayato asks them who they are, to which they reply that his grandmother considered them as her family. Hayato tells them that he will kick them out and sell the cafeteria, to which Uka replies that he left his grandmother on her own. It was them who took care of her, managed the cafe, and even paid for his grandmother's funeral. The girls then arrive at the beach discussing about what they are supposed to do, as Hayato is going to sell the cafeteria. The scene then shifts to Hayato, who is resting in his room. Soon Uka arrives in a waitress uniform, trying to please Hayato. Hayato seems unaffected by her charm. He tells her to cook, but she ends up burning the food. They all then sit for the dinner. Riho tells Hayato to take a bath. We now see a flashback where Hayato is arguing with his grandmother in order to join the Tokyo University. Back in the present, Akane tries to flirt with him, but he ignores her. Riho is planning to catch Hayato off guard, so she sends a drunk Shirajuku to his room. She tries to seduce him, but he tries to remain firm. Riho tries to capture the moment in order to blackmail him, but Ami interferes and scolds Hayato. The next day, Shirajuku makes breakfast for Hayato. Soon 2 officials arrive to discuss about the demolition of cafeteria. Hayato agrees with their terms, but he recalls some memories with his grandmother. He realizes his mistake. One of the officials drops the cafe signboard and states that he will scrap it away. But Hayato stops him and says he needs it. The officials leave. The scene then shifts to Uka, who has cooked a dinner for Hayato. While eating, he gets a flashback from his past where his grandmother used to borrow money in order to run the cafe during their hard times. It makes him cry. Uka later asks him how was the dinner, to which he replies that it was normal, which pisses her off. He asks her whether his grandmother used to eat with them, to which Uka replies they used to eat and laugh together. It makes Hayato happy. He then asks to see the cafe account ledger. After analyzing that the cafe is running under a loss, he decides to take the charge of the cafeteria in place of his grandmother. He states that he will be taking a year off and work to improve the profitability of the cafe, which means that he will be staying along with the 5 girls. Episode 2 opens up with Hayato asking everyone to introduce themselves. He states that they need to cooperate with each other in order to do the daily chores. Shirajuku cooks for them, while the rest clean the house. Uka complains on why she was told to scrub the staircase. Hayato states that everyone needs to contribute in their own way. Riho arrives stating that Uka's panties are visible. Uka slips from the staircase and bumps into Hayato, knocking him out. Hayato later does the laundry. He grabs Uka's innerwears and tells her to dry it someplace else. She yells at him, stating that he can't just grab a girl's innerwears. Everyone states he is acting like a creep. Hayato realizes his mistakes and apologizes. Uka tells him to clean the cafeteria as a punishment. He is about to clean the coffee mill. Shirajuku arrives and tells him to clean it carefully as it was precious to his grandmother. She invites him to have dinner with them. He denies but later joins them. He then takes a bath. At that moment, Uka enters the bathroom without knowing that Hayato is inside. She screams and tells him to put the occupied sign on the door. Ami gets angry, but he states that it wasn't his fault. The next day, Hayato is determined to learn how to make a coffee, but the girls tell him that he can't. He states that he has watched his grandmother making it since his childhood. The girls then taste his coffee and tell him that it tastes bitter. Akane mocks him, which pisses him off. We now see Hayato trying to make a better coffee, but there is no improvement. Akane has been watching him for a while. He tells her to make him a coffee. He then tastes it and gets reminded of the coffee his grandmother used to make. He asks her if she can teach him. Hayato requests her, to which Akane states that he looks cute and will teach him. Hayato is flustered. He is taking a bath, but a naked Ami arrives. He states he had put the occupied sign this time. but she still beats him up. The next day, Hayato leaves with Riho to visit their partners in order to inform them that they are reopening their business. Riho asks if they are going on a date. He states that she is the only one among the 5 girls who is suitable for this task. They meet their first partner. Hayato is nervous, which makes their conversation awkward, but Riho interferes and uses her charm to get a special discount on raw materials. Hayato is antisocial, which makes it difficult for him to approach their suppliers and dealers, but Riho handles the situation. They later visit a local shrine. Riho states that Hayato has been acting sulky and questions his motives on running the cafe. She states that with his attitude, the cafe won't be able to survive less than a year. Hayato apologizes and states that he will correct his mistakes by visiting the dealers once again. He is leaving, but Riho stops him and states that she shouldn't have spoken with harsh words and proceeds to show off her panties as an apology. What the heck am I watching? Hayato is shocked and slips from the staircase. Episode 3 opens up with Hayato and Uka arguing about laundry duties. Uka states that they should wash their clothes separately, but Hayato states that would just increase their water and electricity consumption. Uka leaves angrily. Riho later tells Hayato to get along with Uka or else it will affect the business. The scene then shifts to Uka drying off clothes. Hayato wonders how he should approach her. Akane states that he should call her cute, to which he replies that he tried it on Akane earlier, but it didn't work, but we can see her blushing. Uka yells at him and tells him to prepare for the opening. Hayato tries to compliment her, but she misinterprets it, and they both start fighting like cats and dogs. At night, Riho asks Hayato to inform Uka that the bathroom is free and she can get in. He tells Uka, but she doesn't respond. So he barges in and sees her in her waitress uniform. She states that he should have knocked first. He states that he did. He then proceeds to compliment her by stating that she looks beautiful at that uniform. She is pleased and states that she designed it herself. She tells that she wants to become a fashion designer in future. A drunk Shirajika hugs Hayato. Hayato is stunned. Ami clicks their picture as a proof. The next day, Hayato's been working on his laptop, but Ami keeps troubling him. He scolds her and tells her to leave. He later gathers all the girls and talks about the opening. He then pays them their last month's salary. Akane states that he doesn't need to be generous, as he might require money at the beginning. To which Hayato replies that he's been investing in the stock market for a while, which has made him some profits. Everybody is happy, but Ami seems to be quiet. Later, we see Hayato relaxing on the seashore. He is wondering if he would be able to get along with the girls and handle the cafe, to which Ami replies that he will. She later tells him the things which are most precious to him breaks easily. He doesn't get it. And now we see that his laptop and phone are broken into pieces. Ami tells him that she dropped her dumbbells over his laptop and phone by mistake. He scolds her by telling why she was holding the dumbbells while serving tea at the first place. Shirajuku arrives and states the company that Hayato has invested in has been involved in a scandal. He is tensed, but Ami tells him to calm down and asks if he wants to squeeze her boobs. What the fuck? He gets angry, so she apologizes to him. The day of reopening arrives. Hayato tells them to stay focused and give their best. Riho tells him to be kind to rude customers and not to get angry. Soon the customers arrive. The girls welcome them. Hayato makes his first coffee for the customers. They taste it and states that it smells great and compliment him. Hayato thanks them. The cafe seems to be doing good, as it has occupied a lot of customers. Soon a rude customer arrives. Hayato identifies him from his past as the guy who told his grandmother to shut down the cafe. The old man asks for the most expensive coffee. The old man asks him whether he is the grandson of the previous owner. He tells him to show his face. Hayato unwillingly tells that he is grateful because he helped his grandmother to run the cafe back then. But the old man tells him to bow, the way his grandma did. He rudely states that without him, this cafeteria wouldn't have survived this long. Hayato is enraged, but he still bows and thanks him. The guy tells him to bow down properly and insults his grandma. He clenches his fist. The girls are angry with the old man's behavior and are about to attack him, but Hayato intervenes and stops them. He states that there was a cockroach. The old man gets pissed. He insults the waitress's uniform and lifts Shirajika's skirt and states that the cafeteria is turning into a brothel. Hayato grabs him and tells him to leave, or he will sue him for sexual harassment. The rest of the customers support Hayato. The old guy leaves angrily. Shirajika thanks Hayato. The girls apologize for losing their temper. We now see Shirajiku stating that Hayato hasn't changed since 15 years. Does this mean that they both know each other for the past 15 years? So guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down if you want to see a part 2. See you until next time within another recap.